Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually shows full games of all the tips and schemes that he breaks down. I get to show you the good, the bad, and even the ugly. So the next formation I want to go ahead and show to you is going to be in the Steelers playbook, and in particular it's going to be the gun empty Steeler. And the reason why I like this formation, I want to break down and create a scheme for you guys, is just because of some of the really cool plays in the gun empty Steelers. In particular is the Steeler halfback screen and the fake screen Sluggo fake screen Verts. Now, the Steeler halfback screen is fairly effective, and what I do like about it, it actually has a slant on the back side, so that gives you a man read, and it's critical that any screenplay has a fast man read, because if your opponent jumps into man coverage, that screen is going to be dead like a roach. So the two plays I'd probably use, I wouldn't use the halfback screen, Steeler halfback screen as much as I'd use the fake screen Verts, because essentially it's the same thing. You guys are going up, and they will block for you if you kick the ball to the running back. And then you also have the fake screen Sluggo, and it's got a neat little route combination between the wide receivers there. They do little routes, and you can still drop the ball down to the running back if he doesn't actually defend it. Now, a couple other plays we're going to take a look at. Base audible is going to be the Steelers stick. You've got the Steelers cross as another base audible. And then one of the great base audibles in this particular formation, this is what made me look at it, is the wide receiver screen. What a phenomenal play. This play is really, really good. It's very devastating. The other play we're going to take a look at is going to be the Steelers go, primarily because it's got a unique money route by the running back that actually just gets crazy separation, gets underneath coverages, and can cause nightmares for your opponent. You'll be attacking your opponent off the left-hand side. But let's go ahead and take a look at those auto motion plays first. In particular, we're going to take a look at the Steeler halfback screen and then go from there. Alright, so with this particular play, basically what you're going to do is look for a man or zone coverage. And this is not a play I'm going to jump into too much, but if the guys actually fall back, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the block and you can pick up easy yards. Now, conversely, you know the opponent knows the play is going to happen because this guy just sits right there. Conversely, you got a slant route on the backside that you can attack your opponent with too, so that's really, really good about it. Now, basically the fake screen Verts is essentially the same play. The only difference is that your wide receivers are committed to routes. They're not going to go block right away. You're still going to make the same progressions as the screen. If the guys fall back, you just go ahead and tack underneath. If they don't, you're going to go ahead and hit the cross over the middle because the defenders actually can't cover that area. Let's go back to it again. Let's see if any kind of defenders fall down. They float up. So we're going to go ahead and take the screen route. Blocking's not there, but it still can be very deadly against your opponent. And if you get your opponent actually going ahead and chasing that screen route, that underneath route, those seam routes sometimes will get it wide open for you too, or you can take a shot up top with a very good wide receiver like Rodgers. Now the fake screen slugger is a little bit different because the routes are a little bit different. So now basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for the routes, not the underneath stuff, but you're going to be looking to the routes. Now the Sluggo route is actually a very effective route in the NFL, but I do not personally like Sluggos in man. I just don't. I throw interceptions and the timing's off for me. So I'm going to be focusing all my reads off to the right hand side. I'll look to the wheel and then go to the inside from there. So the wheel route is wide open right there, and I'm actually go ahead and just take a check up to that. And if the wheel route isn't open, you might be able to hit him with a crossing route over the middle, or just check down once again to the underneath route if your opponents start playing over the top coverage. So basically you want to hit the wheel. If not, you got man coverage. You can go ahead and hit this crossing route over the middle if he uses a lot of man coverage. So you've got a couple of fast reads that you can use against your opponent. That's what I do like about this particular play, is something you can attack your opponent with. It does give you kind of the best of both worlds. You got that check down that you can hit with your running back, and it's very harassing to your opponent. He has to stop that manually or man a guy up. Alright, so the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be the Steelers go, and we're really going to focus all of our reads off to the left-hand side. And I only make one adjustment because James and Rogers are basically in the same route, and usually because of the slowness of a tight end, I'm actually or another wide receiver, I'm going to put him on a slant route just to get a little bit more depth. Now, what we're going to do with this particular route is we're going to take our running back, we're going to motion him in, and he doesn't go across the formation in this place, so it's kind of a tell. But as soon as he settles, you want to go and snap the ball right away because he gets crazy separation, and you can pick up an easy 4 or 5 yards against your opponent. It doesn't really matter what type of coverage he's in because that bell route is just going to get wide open every time. It's just an easy route to throw. And what your opponent really has to do to kind of stop this route is basically go ahead and do like over-the-top coverage to stop it. So this is a money route that you can go ahead and attack your opponent with. It's just very, very difficult to stop him. And if he starts putting a guy down in a hard flat over there to try to stop it, what you can do is you can go ahead and attack him with the levels concept on the backside right there. So basically I'm going to be looking at the next level if my flat defender stays down against Bryant. If not, I'm going to check down to that running back because your opponent's going to have to stop it, and that's what's going to be so annoying is he's going to have to stop it, and that guy is just going to always going to get an easy 5 yards against you. And since he's so close to the offensive line, that left tackle, you're going to be able to get enough time. It's not like you're going to run out of area or grass to go and hit that. So this is just one of those little harassment routes that people have to start doing some kind of adjustments to stop it, and that is so annoying in this game. It's just having routes that you just can't stop. I think I've had someone run this route against me before in the past, and every time he would get down to the end zone, he would actually get easy scores with it. So it's definitely something you want to go ahead and take a look at down in the end zone. But to get a first down, just with short yardage situation, is definitely a good route to go ahead and jump into because of the way it separates and just the man doesn't play against it correctly. All right, so the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be the Steelers stick. And stick is actually a very good cover 2 beater. What I would do is I'd take my inside receivers and actually go ahead and put them on streak routes. And basically I make my progressions based on what I see. Now, what's great about this particular concept is just basically it's a slant streak concept. I'm going to go ahead and motion my guy over, let him settle in. He's probably going to try to defend the guy off the backside, but what you can do is you can hit the slant on the front side to pick up an easy 8-9 yards. Now, also on the right-hand side, some type of cover 2 coverages, you might be able to go ahead and hit the seam or at least get that one-on-one matchup. Sometimes you'll be able to go ahead and get that play down the field for a big completion. So that's a good way to go ahead and attack your opponent. Another play that we can hit him was either verticals or Steeler cross, and it really depends if your opponent's using a lot of man coverage. I'd recommend doing the Steelers cross. If he's not, you probably want to go ahead and stay with the verticals. With Steelers cross, it's fairly easy reads. You just want to snap the ball. This outside read right here by Bryant, basically what I do is I put him on a deep out route, and that's just a way to attack my opponent if he doesn't bring a defender over the float over the middle. So we're going to go ahead and do that same look again. It looks like it's cover 2. Right there, the seam was wide open. Dropped the ball, but you can see that was the right throw. So that's what I do like about this particular play. And you've also got the crossing routes against any kind of man coverages. And that could be very, very deadly against your opponent if he's not using basically good coverages. He's using like cover 0 blitzes or basically man coverage. He's going to get himself in some serious trouble because your number 1 wide receiver is in an inside slot position, which is not a normal position that your defensive backs are going to be. So guys, this is going to be the gun empty Steeler. I didn't really go into huge detail with this formation because there's so many ways you can run it. But what's good about this particular formation is that you can jump into the gun spread wide slot, what I showed you guys earlier. So if you want to go ahead and jump into a running play, you can utilize that. To get into a running play, you got the inside cross, the play action, wide receiver in, and you also have the Steelers Y spot. So you can jump into those plays too, or actually go ahead and call one of these plays right from the huddle, know how to or change your play into the gun spread wise slot, and then go ahead and hike the ball, no huddle into the and back into the other set. So to my subscribers, I hope you guys picked up some pretty good tips from it. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, just go ahead and hit the enter a comment in there, and hit the like button if you sat through it and you picked up some pretty good tips. So once again, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, and until next time.